Hello, Night Beast. Welcome to the stream. Hello, guys. We're gonna do another stream with Joe Budden. It is going to be the replay review versus KSK. Let me see if everything is working fine. Okay, I am sharing the screen on Discord. Game's running. Stream is live. Okay, everything is fine. I'm just waiting for the knock from the Joe Budden, and we're good to go.
Alright, did you get it?
Let me see. Yes, I got it. Join session. Okay. Okay, I have joined the session. Okay, so online replays.
Wait, I think it got messed up. Does it show up again or no?
Yeah, let me see. Collaboration ended. Let me rejoin. Okay, so I have joined. Is everything working fine now?
Yeah. Alright, there we go.
Okay, perfect.
Alright.
Okay, so it's Claudio versus
Kazuya.
Kazuya versus Claudio. Okay. Rivals. Okay, here we go. Okay, so where is KSK? So we have this
Oh,
player.
it's not here?
Pac-Man.
It's all the way to the bottom?
These are I have like total 9 games here. So this is a distraction one. Maybe like this player, MK.
No.
Slash. Right. He has the Japanese name, right? If
I wonder
remember
why it's not
correctly.
there. Nah, I don't think it's here. Just go to the rain of them. Just go to the rain of them. For some
Maybe I
reason
can
it's
just
not
go to
showing.
your replays here, right? We can find it from here. This player, right? This is KSK.
Yeah, that's him, yeah.
Okay, so you wanna watch the Reina or the Kazuya one?
Yeah, scroll all the way down, but I don't think you're gonna find it. It's like all the way. It was like yesterday.
Okay. So Kazuya.
Yeah, it was when I was God for.
No, not that one.
No, I think it was up more.
Up?
Yeah.
So we have this Kazuya, right? Other than him. Wait.
Oh, it was Heihachi. It was his Heihachi. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it was Heihachi. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't his Kazuya.
Okay, so it was Heihachi and Reina.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, Heihachi is, you can say, like a technical matchup, right? Technical in a way where, you need some execution and fast reactions, right? So let's say you have to step down for 1-2, right?
Yeah, this also is good too because I forgot. I also do not play against Heihachi well at all. Like this also is another matchup I constantly lose to. I feel like because I tried to step down for one, and it just seems like useless to try to step because of down forward 1-1. I know. I guess you should be step blocking it instead.
No, if you step, you get hit by down for 1-1. But the thing is, like, you don't take much damage, right? The thing is, you have to be very fast when it comes to like stepping down for 1-2, right? If you are a little bit late, you get hit by the second. So okay, let's see.
I messed up. I missed input.
Oh, okay, so that was missing. I was wondering, okay, why? Okay, your hit is gone. So
Yeah, that heat was dumb. That was dumb.
okay, nice. You can see like he's poking you down with the generic down force. This thing is launch punishable now in taken hit. This move. This is a launch punishable and it is -4. So you're taking back your turn here. It was good. Okay, he ducked there. The thing is, Joe, look, this move as a poke, right? If you want to deal poke damage with the lows, it can work. It does the job, right? But once it gets blocked, that's what happens, right? This is why like these type of moves, you can say are not, you can say that's reliable. Because if someone you can say has the read on your, you can say like your down back 4-3, that is when it can be like difficult for you to deal damage. You can see, that was just one combo. Electric, down back 2-1, okay. The thing is like, whatever you do, the thing is like whenever you play against a pro player, they're going to remember everything. So I'm pretty sure he is going to remember this, that you did down back 2-1 after electric. So, so you have to like make sure when you play against strong players, you have to make sure that you don't repeat the same thing twice. Even if you do it twice, make sure you don't do it for the third time. Okay, nice. This is the thing. So look here, up back 2 was good, right? But up back 2 is mainly strong when you have, you can say Starburst already. If you don't have Starburst already, then it is not that good, right? So here you wasted, you have to like do it, down forward 3-2, down jab. You can see like he's ducking, it is working. Okay. One tip that I can give you against Heihachi is, if you want to, you can say, get out of this, you can just do armor. Armor, you can say, like, beats the guard break, it beats this uppercut as well. Armor beats both options. You lose to health sweep, you lose to the throw. But if you feel like your opponent is just playing around guard break or you can say the uppercut, you can just go for the armor. Okay. Clodo does not have parry either. Okay. Back 4-2. Like, I think these moves, back 4-1, back 4-2, back 4-2, the thing is like, this move is punishable, right? You use back 4-1, back 4-2 a lot, but the thing is like, this move loses you the momentum, right? You get knocked down after this, right? Or let's say you're fighting Azucena or Jun. Jin is gonna go to this stance after 10 frame punish, right? Victor goes to this stance, Jin knocks you down. Sorry, Kazuya, Heihachi, they knocks you down, right? Reina gets the stance pressure. So, maybe like do this move on a read, right? Otherwise, you can just maybe like do back 1 more, back 2 more. You can play around safer, you can say pokes. Because, KSK is different than, you can say other players. He's at that top level, right? He's one of the best on the planet. So, you have to like play different. You have to make sure that you don't give this player any mistake because he's going to punish everything, Like good players in rank.
The way I thought about it, I was kind of like a dumb way of thinking that when someone like him, I figured that he would duck it every time. That he would think I'd be dumb enough to throw out just back 4-1, and they just stuck it. And sometimes they do. Like, that's why I still throw it out sometimes, because sometimes they do randomly will just... Well, not randomly, but they will duck back 4-1 like almost every time, and then force me to back 4-2. That's why I threw it out.
Yeah, the thing is like whenever there's low mid mix up, because look, there are 2 types of mix ups you can do. It is low mid and mid high, right? With high mid mix ups, you can say get the plus frames on high attacks, and you just deal damage with the mid attacks. With low mid mix ups, you actually force your opponent to take action. With back 4-1, with back 4-2, with this mix, You are not forcing Hiachi to take any action because back 4-1, that is only +1 on block, right? It is as if your opponent has blocked a jab. And back 4-2, so if your opponent holds back, they beat both options, right? Worst case scenario, your opponent is -1. Best case scenario, they get a free 10 from punish, 11 from punish. So that's the thing, right? So you're not forcing your opponent to, you can say, make a decision there. That's the thing, right? So your opponent can just maybe like hold back. Because when it comes to the low mid mix, if your opponent has to do something about the lows, otherwise, they keep losing the HP. Okay, so double forward 4.
So then, what do you think about mixing it with sidestep 4? You don't think it's worth? You don't think it's worth doing that usually a lot?
Yeah, it is not worth doing it. Like mix sidestep
Okay.
4, mix like up back 2, a forward 2, back 1. Right? So like you should go for these moves. Plus and block high attacks with strings, right? Or you can say mid attacks like back 4-1 where move is punishable. Maybe on read, right? Sometimes once in a while. Right? Maybe twice around, something like that. You kind of like rely on this to deal damage. Your damage source, I think, as a Claudio, right now your damage sources are your sidestep 4 low poke, right? Maybe down back 4 single hit can be good. And if you feel like you're just used to the down back 4-3 timing, you can just keep doing down back 4 single hit, as a poke. But it's not that good. It does not deal any damage. But sidestep 4, at back 4-3, you have to like keep back 4-3 in check, right? It's not like you can just keep pressing it again and again, because if that move gets blocked once, you can be in trouble. And your mids are like a forward 2, back 1, right? Claudio does not have a lot of moves. He does not have a lot of options, right? And the thing is, like in season 2, you could just like poke your opponent down with sidestep 4 and then just land one shuriken, right, if they ducked. But now you cannot do that. Your shuriken doesn't launch. So that's the thing. And I think like now you have to like rely on up back 2, to deal damage for the mid. So here your offense was good. You see? So you can see like the moment you started doing this offense, it started working. So look, forward 4, forward 4, jab, back 3, sidestep 4. So like this offense is working. The problem with this offense is like little bit slow because of sidestep 4, right? Here you have to be careful. Because your opponent can just mash a button in the middle, right? Like electric, right? If you're fighting a Mishima, maybe 1-1-2.
Are you talking about run up sidestep 4?
Yeah, here, the thing is, it is fast, it's very fast, but
Yeah.
you just have to keep something in mind where your opponent can press something, right? So you have to be ready for it. So look, down back 4 was good there. Okay, down back 4-3, running 2. Okay, nice. That was good. Okay. Is it that? No. Down jab. Like, do you have any throw where you can like escape the wall with the throw, right? I don't think so, right? Because whenever you're stuck in situations like this, right, you have to like do you
Yeah,
have
I
to say
could do
sidestep block, right? You have to sidestep block, get over the wall, maybe like do throw, your opponent breaks the throw, and then you get some space.
Yeah, that swaps. The two throw, I think that swaps.
Right? Or you could have done this, get plus frames, right? And then buy some space for yourself, maybe like do a forward 2 after that. Okay, so back 3. Okay, here you can launch. Okay, no launch there. Nice. You can see like if we look at the round 1 and round 2, if we compare these two rounds, in the round 1, it was like down back 4-3, that got you killed there. So like you wasted the hit at the start. And it was like down back 4-3. And like later on, KSK, you can say like looked for down back 4-3 again here. He looked for it here. And then, he looked for it again here. You see? So he was just looking for that down back 4-3. In the round 2, you did not rely on down back 4-3. It was like sidestep 4, back 3 mix. So like all of it started with, you can say, side step 4 there, then single low poke, back 3. You only use this once, right? So it was not predictable. You were not being predictable with that move there, down forward 3-2 3-1 mind game. And then he got hit by the hit dash here, after the combo. You see, so that's how you did damage. It was just once down back 4-3, only once. And it was, you can say, combo and right, and like 1 down 1-2. Second hit, I think you landed here, here, and then back 3. Right, and the thing is, like, you need to remember these little things, right? So you ended the second round with back 3. That is what you have to remember. When you play against, players like KSK, you have to remember this thing. Because they will remember it, right? Because sometimes players, they just press buttons unconsciously, Players don't know what they're doing, but their brain does some things automatically. So you have to, you can say, keep things in control. Because he's going to remember you ended the round with back 3. Okay, hit confirmable. Okay, nice. Health sweep. So like this is the pressure. The thing is, you don't have to, you can say, like, panic when you get hit by the health sweep, because it does not deal a lot of damage. You see, it is 15 damage. So, just have to make sure that, you try to read the pattern of your opponent and try to punish. And by the way, one more thing, this forward 4 into down forward 1 pattern, you can like armor here, you see, or maybe like heat burst here, you can like steal back the turn. You can do something like that.
It's just grab, right? It's only grab would be the only counterplay then.
Yeah, exactly. Grab is the only counterplay. You can sidestep right, low parry, but then you lose to the grab and armor move. He got homing armor move, which is mid, but it is minus 30. So he got this move. You see, this is armor move, minus 13 homing.
Yeah.
And he got a stomp. Stomp is minus 4 on hit. So even if he actually lands this, you can like start pressuring him, because he's minus 4. Electric is minus 10. This is the thing which is plus. This is the only thing. Okay, step forward 4, down forward 1. Right, so like here you could like do the throw, do the hit burst, right? You have to like take control of the neutral, right? You have to like get out of the wall. And the thing is, like, right now in season 3, you don't have to be like that afraid of Yachi, because this heat smash does not wall splatter, right? So you can like, try risking, you can just risk the side step, right? Try doing the side step if you get hit by the... Okay, so that's a good try. That was good try. Here, right? Here you could have done the step block again. Okay, good one. You see, down jab, okay. So this is what you have to remember, right? The moment you took back control of the neutral with the hit burst, right? KSK stole it back with the down jab. You see, so these are the little things that you need to remember, because these are the things where you can say, like these are the things that matter. These are the things that shift the momentum, right, to one of the sides. So look, jab, jab. Okay, nice. And the thing is, one more thing, like jab, jab of Heihachi, this is where you can challenge him, right? After down forward 1, I think you can challenge, because down forward 1 is minus 5. His jab, jab 1-1 is minus 5 as well. Look, he'll do it here. You see, this is minus 5. And after 1-1, he can only do 1-1-2 if you try to press. So, and that is launch punishable. So, it was a smart idea to, you can say, take back control there. Nice. I think, like you need to like hold your heat. You need to hold your heat. Do this. I think like you need to try, you can select doing this move and see how it works. Because, look, you did hit dash, right? It did not work, but now you don't have Starburst, right? Now you don't have, like, you can say strong mid attack anymore. A forward 2 does not have that much tracking, right?
I think also, too, when I think about it, if that did hit, I still have to do another mix-up anyways at the wall.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I feel like I'm still doing the same amount of mix-ups but it's actually safer because I don't have to waste my heat. Because back 4-2 heat dash is like, I think that's like 60 damage,
Yeah,
like
that's
max.
it. Yeah, like you could have maybe like killed him there, or put him like close to that. But the thing is like the moment is the thing is like you get one mix up here, and then you are in trouble, right? You lose the control. You need to
Starburst.
like have that thing like for you can say. So look, you're thinking, okay, you know what, I'm gonna finish him off in this interaction, right? But let's say if you don't finish him off in these two interactions, here and here, right? Then you're in trouble, right? Now upcoming interactions are going to be much more difficult, right? And you cannot earn the starburst with the heat burst now. And unless you punish him with a 12 frame move from the wild rising or standing, you cannot like get the starburst, right? Because you cannot get starburst on block. So that's the thing, right? And if you cannot starburst on block, now he's at the wall, but like this is death fist, right? You punish it with back 4 too. Wait, that does not reach. Okay, 1 plus 2. Okay, 1 plus 2 reaches there. But you don't throw. Yeah, you cannot throw from that tip range. Okay, and the thing is like you have to see what is working against this player, right? So far side step 4 has been working perfectly, right? Your back 3, double hold 4. Because the thing is like after double hold 4 you can side step, so double hold 4 is a good move. You can choose that. Side step 4 is a low poke up back to. You have to be like you can say, so like here, after double hold 4 like side step like that, you see. So that is punishable. Hell sweep, down back 3. Okay, low poke. This is like the thing is like after this again the best idea is to you can say like side step or like move back dash or side step, because this move down back 4-3 mainly puts you at you can say like good spacing. So look at the spacing is like in your favor, right? If you back dash or side step, you can avoid a lot of attacks. So you can actually apply pressure here with your movement, not with the attacks, because if your opponent does the jab, everything you do is going to lose, right? Your jab is going to trade, and you won't get the counter hit with down back 2-1. I think like your opponent can jab as well because your shuriken does not launch. Ball rising 1-1. He's just looking for maybe like that one UC electric. He still has the boss mode available. So like in this gameplay, you just have to you can say make slight little tiny you can say minor adjustments in your gameplay, right? It's not like you were pressing like punishable buttons or anything like that. You just have to you can say optimize your gameplay, right? Your gameplay is very good here, right? But you have to like achieve that perfection, with your gameplay with Claudio. You have to achieve that perfection level. You have to reach there if you want to like punish your opponent here and win. If you see like, okay, KSK here was like trying to waste the Starburst. He was just holding back. You can see like the meter is going. I don't know why he did that. He was +9 there. Okay, here got hit, nice. No. You see, so look, here, yeah, you got a lot of frames, right? And you can see the pressure for yourself in the next interaction. But let's say if KSK does not duck, or let's say even if he ducks, you cannot finish him off with 1 mid or 1 low here, right? You cannot. But if you had gone for, let's say, like simple running to here, you could have finished him off with like maybe, up back to here. And delayed electric, you see. So, players do that. Because if you do immediate timing side step, you lose to the delayed timing, you see. So what you have to do is, you have to do delayed timing side step with, like that. You have to like wait a bit, and then like sidestep. You have to like match the attack timing with your movement. With like slight adjustments, you could have won this. Because the thing is, like SK did not press a lot of punishable buttons, right? He did not whip a lot of attacks. You did not press a lot of punishable buttons either. It was like back 4 to once. Yeah, you did that. You got punished, but then you stopped using that, so that was very good. That was very very nice adjustment there. I think you need to like start using up back too.
Yeah.
Because you're lacking damage from
I
the mid attack. Your opponent is
I
not afraid
really
of
need
the.
to force. I really need to force myself to use it. I still sometimes forget it's even in the game. It's actually crazy. I'll still sometimes forget.
Yeah, like when I play Victor now, I don't use that new move at all. You know, so it is understandable. It can be like difficult to you can say like start using new moves, but the thing is like you have to use it. You need it now. Okay, so double forward four, side step was good, nice back three. This is where you could have launched. So this is where you could have launched. Okay, side step four. You can see like your poke, side step four, back three, side step four, down forward three. These things are working against like these type of players. Okay, electric. Like Mishima players, they're always looking for the electrics, and this is the thing. This is what I mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
When
like
I told you
walking
that,
in or
yeah,
running in.
yeah, running
Yeah.
in, trying to do side step four because like the moves are slow, right? Electric is like 13, 14 frames, and electric is you can say not only a threat to Claudio, but electrics are threat to every single character in the game, right? If your opponent is good at electrics, the move is scary, right? But the good thing is you can duck and punish at least with while rising 1-1. You can get 12 frame, 13 frame punish easily. If you got the fast reactions, you can even launch. So here and now, boom, electric, and now he's gonna deal like 20 million damage. Yeah, without hit. And now he has control. Electric, back four. And here is. So look, you're at the wall. What you can do? Think about this. Your goal here is not to deal damage, right? Just get out of the wall. Take control back. What do you think is the best idea here?
Uh, sidestep block, and then he burst.
I think of forward two
Oh,
because you're plus
wait.
eight, right? You're plus eight
Oh,
here.
after this,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Here. Yeah, here.
yeah.
Because you're plus frame, so you could
I
maybe
just
like
meant
do.
in general against
Yeah,
him,
yeah,
against the wall.
yeah, in general, you do sidestep blocks. You can say like, maybe like throw, go for the throw. After the throw break, you're out of the hole, right?
Yeah, because up 4-2, I don't think he could step after -8. I don't
Yeah,
think he could
they
step
cannot.
after -8.
No, they cannot. They cannot. The thing is like, let's say if your opponent has very little HP left, right? Let's say like 75 HP, 60 HP left, right? Let's say your opponent is here. And you have the heat available. What you can do, you can even do heat dash, get out of the hole, and maybe like now try to fight without the heat, because like having the heat available and not having control at all, and you can say having your back next to the wall, I think like it is better to not have heat, and you can say like like stand in the open. Okay, he reacted. Oh,
Wait, give me 1 second, really quick. Sorry.
no worries, take your time. Hello everyone, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream.
Alright, sorry.
Wait, I think I left the collaboration session by mistake.
Okay.
Wait. Join. Okay, I have joined. I have joined. Okay, so let's continue. I guess I have joined it. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I have joined it. Okay. Okay, you ready, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so back for down back to nice. Okay, that was a good punish. Unfortunate, unfortunate. That was unfortunate. I think you're dead there. Yeah. Okay, running 2. Down back 3. The thing is, look, if we go back to the first round, at the end, you could like do more side step force here. Because the thing is like, your side step 4 can get blocked, but the thing like you have to make a read, right? You have to do something. Because if you keep using mids only, you're not going to deal damage. And he's going for the mid block. Okay, next round. Running 2. Down back 3. Nice. Side step 4. You can select his. You could maybe like do another side step 4 because it did not challenge you there. Okay, so you pressed there after the jab at -8. Down for 1, 2. No, that was a mistake. Like here you can see the shuriken, right? And wait. Here, right? Here he punished you, right? And then you lost all the control. The thing is like, you could have you can say move. You could have just kept moving around, right? Hold the tension situation, right? Here you could have just kept moving, like after back 3 you could have like not pressed anything. Maybe press something safer. Okay, the thing is like this back 4, this thing catches sidestep, this thing back 4 and
Left,
forward 3,
right?
both of these things, like catch opposite side steps.
Back
Okay.
four sidestep left, right? That it hits. But you have to
Back
sidestep right, back
4,
four.
yeah, you have to, I think, sidestep right back 4 and you have to sidestep left,
Hmm.
you can say forward 3, right? Both of these moves actually catch opposite sides. You could have punished there. But that is fine. That is fine. You got the combo.
Oh. It's actually
Nice.
crazy. Hop kick, I think hop kick would have done like the same damage as he does.
Yeah. Down forward 1, 2 could have done
Down
like
for
more
1-2,
damage.
yeah. Well, I guess you still spend your bar, but still, it does more damage though.
Yeah. Without spending bar,
Maybe back two and then.
maybe this thing.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that combo. Yeah,
90.
yeah, and then you still have bar.
Yeah, you still have bar. He dash applies scaling. That's the thing.
I think I need to use that combo more. That was the combo people would use in season 1, the down 4-3-1 into back 4-4. I think I
Yeah.
need to use that more.
Yeah, that is, you can say like Taken 7 combo.
Yeah.
So you can see like here your sidestep for, sidestep forward for your classic, you can say Claudia pokes are working. So you have to just keep playing like that. No.
Also, I do a lot of forward 4 in the sidestep jab, but I feel like I've heard people tell me that it's not a good idea to do because you don't really get much reward off of that.
Forward 4 or forward 4? Which move? This
A
move?
forward 4. Yeah, into sidestep jab.
The thing is like, double forward 4 is like -1, right? So if you sidestep, you can avoid attacks, you can look for the waves. So you're not in like bad situation. That is like almost like neutral, right? You're in neutral, Like you have as much control as your opponent has because you're -1, so it does not matter that much. Did you see? This is -1. Forward 4, after forward 4, you're +4, right? Your opponent is in crouch. So you're in better situation there. Hell save, +8, you are in crouch. So you have to like look for these whiffs. You have to like whiff punish the situations like these. I know it can be difficult, but you have to do it. Oh my god, look at the damage. Because I think like the players like SK and other top players, they're not gonna, you can say, like make a lot of mistakes, right? So that's the thing. And you have to remember this, how your opponents you can see reacts to your attacks. So like down jab, down for 1. So like you just have to, Joe, you just have to like play solid, right? Play around side step or forward 4, back 3, down forward 3. The classic Claudio.
And not do back 4-2. Not even like try to do the back 4-1, back 4-2 mind game.
Yeah, it is not worth it that much, right? Against strong players. Maybe you can use it once in a while, right? Sometimes, but not
I
you
guess,
can
I
say
know
all the time.
as like a read or a download on him.
Yeah, on a read you can do that, right? Let's say if you have heat available, right? When you have heat available, then back forward becomes stronger because then back forward
Yeah,
is
back 4-1.
it is a full combo, right? So that
Yeah.
is where you can maybe like apply the mind game,
But not randomly in neutral.
not randomly
Like
neutral,
not.
not a lot, yeah.
Okay.
But I think like you should not stop using that move at all as well, right? So that is not something you can spam, but that is not something you can like totally ignore because the move is good, right? Sometimes you can use it, especially in heat. So you can play around that.
I would say like just the last Reina game. Like you're just gonna see this him just like just like fucking it. Like it was embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, that is fine. This is like the part of learning process, right? Whenever you're learning, you
That
just
one,
have
yeah.
to go through this. You have to go through all of the losing and everything.
Cause like I forgot what move it was, but I just never like I was just confused. I never see this fucking move. Like you're gonna see what I'm talking about. But I just never see this move. And supposedly it tracks left.
Let's see. Okay, electric. Because whenever you're playing against Mishimas, the first one thing that you have to do is like you have to like avoid getting hit by the electric as much as possible.
Yeah,
You
round
cannot avoid
start.
all of that, right? Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say round start. I feel like I'm always guessing whether they're just gonna do electric round start or not, and I'm just trying to like do a move that could counter that round start. But I feel like that's not even like worth even trying to do.
Yeah, the thing is, like for Mishimas, they can do electric. If you try to duck, they go for double four two. The demon sword, and every Mishima got that. Kazuya has double four two. Jin got double four two. Devil Jin has it. Hiachi got double four one plus two. Rena got double four two. So just have to like play around that. And when they go for double four two, that is when you sidestep. Otherwise, you can see you do the electric. Oh, sorry, you do the duck and punish the electric. Nice. No. Think like whenever you are stuck at the wall, you step something. Make sure you punish with something that wall splats. Possibly hitting Ager, because you're going to realign. That way, you're going to miss all of the damage. You could have done something like that, because now your combo is gone, right? So you have lost a lot of damage there. Double four two, running two. So look here, after running four, this jumping kick, she's like +8, right? Like she can go for a mid attack, which is Hammer's Wrath too. So look, let me show you the options that she has there. Look, she can go for this. This is minus, right? Just to avoid this, Reyna players go for this because she can like apply pressure after this move, right? And this is high. It you can say keeps the armor moves in check and parries in check. Yours is flash in check, and that is high. She can go for another mid, which is this, but it is 0. You see, so she like loses pressure. If she wants to keep the pressure, she has to go for you can select these jumping kicks, or this
You
punch.
can float that. I'm pretty sure. Like
Yeah,
even if
you
you're
can float. Yeah, you can float that. You can float that. You can step the jumping kicks as well. So here he went for, you can select pressure to hell sweep. You see, and now the situation is different now. After hell sweep, she is +6. After running 4, she is +8 in the stance. So look here, it is the same stance but with +8. After hell sweep, she is +6. So when she is +6, you can like armor most of the things, right? Except that high attack. And after jumping kicks again, she is +8 into this stance. Look, you see, and now you cannot stop this. You can parry this if you're a parry character, but Claudia is not a parry character. Okay, and got her by, you can say, forward 4. The thing is, like, Josh, you need to have a game plan, right? You need to see what are the tools that your opponent has, right? How your opponent can deal damage to you. What are the things that you can use, right? And what are the things that you can use in return.
against Reina.
Yeah, against Reyna, against everyone, I think you need a game plan, because there are different levels of, you can say, playing Tekken, right? The first, let's say someone buys the Tekken for the first time, right? What they're gonna do?
Yeah.
They're just gonna mash buttons, right? They
So
don't even know.
you don't think my game plan of like just like doing a million moves in a row and seeing like is this guy just a ducker or is he not a ducker is worth? Like that's not a good enough game plan because that's kind of how it feels like how I play.
You know that
Like
that's
I'm
good,
just
right?
gonna
You have to do that, but you have to do more than that, right? You're required more than that now. You know, especially when you play versus KSK or let's say Slan or
yeah.
like JDCR. If you play against these players, you're required more than these, right? Against normal players, against casuals, even against like good ranked players, you can do that. That is gonna work, but not here, right? You're required to do more than that. So it's
Like I
you know
noticed spacing traps are completely like not part of my gameplay at all. Like at all.
Yeah, it's like it should
I
be
feel
like
like that's completely
spacing,
missing.
moving around, right? You have to see what are the options that your opponent has, right? And which options your opponent can go for, right? So instead of like doing the same things in every game, you have to see what are the things that you can do differently, right? So you have to like play different in different games. Nice. Double forward, 404, 2, these are good moves because you don't lose your advantage at all. No,
That was
no, no,
yeah,
understand, right? You see. Okay,
that
combo
was
drop,
fucking.
combo drop, combo drop. Okay, nice. Okay, low block. Kisk is not blocking a lot of lows there, right? He just ducks once in a while against Claudio. This is where he ducked. You see? Aha,
He
you attack
started
again.
scouting. He started scouting my side step fours at this point.
So, look, she goes to that stance and Kisk is just using this move over and over again. Wait. You see that move? That move is high. You can duck and launch. Because he's just using this to continue the pressure.
I think I thought he was gonna do the mid. So I tried side step right, down forward 1-2. I think that's what I did.
Yeah. Yeah, you did sidestep there. Okay, hell sweep, hit smash. Like the thing is, look here you did the Shoryuken, right? Can Shoryuken beat any option? I
It
think
could
like
be the jumping move and whatever. I feel like it doesn't counter hit launch grab. Actually, it might. It might counter hit launch grab too. I'm saying her grab. Her
wait,
grab.
wait. I took over the wrong character. You see, so like
Oh no.
you would not launch her there. You would beat like high attack, yeah, but she lose to
Yeah, but it
that.
doesn't launch. I guess without Starburst anymore, it doesn't even launch anymore.
Yeah, it does not launch.
So it's not worth it. Because that used to do a lot of work. DP used to. I feel like when it launched, would put in a lot of work against Reina.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
thing
like it
is,
still kind of does though, but only stuff on counter hit that launches.
yeah, it does not launch the jab anymore, right? It does not go under. It goes under jab, but it does not launch anymore. So that is a massive nerf. Okay, 1+2. Okay, like Reina is +8 there after running 4. Sorry, so you cannot like step there. This move. Big plus. Okay, -3 only. Okay, hit burst was nice. Launch here, hop kick. Here you could have done the hop kick because she cannot parry the hop kick. She's going to parry your down forward 1 2. If she go for down forward 1, you see, but she cannot parry this thing. Something like these moments where KSK makes the mistake, right? You have to punish
Yeah.
because you're not going to look. You're not going to find a lot of mistakes when you play against these players.
I think I need to replace DP with hockey. Like when I'm trying to option select stuff.
Like hop kick is punishable on block, right? So your opponent does not do anything, right? And I think like here KSK was just doing like running 4 into Heaven's Wrath 1, right? He used those high attacks a lot to keep the pressure, so you could have ducked there. Definitely let's say if you had started ducking there, he would have gone for, you can say, the mids more, but that's how the game works, right? You play the mind games.
This is the one where it was fucked. This is the one where you just spam the same move over and over again.
Okay, let's see. So you don't know the input of the move, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. So stuff for you can see like he's not ducking like that much. You could have like gone for the more. You could have gone for more lows there. The thing is like in this game you just have to you can select admit that your pokes, your attacks are going to get blocked, right? You're going to get punished sometimes, right? So just have to do this. If you feel like okay, your move will get blocked, I'm not gonna do it. It won't make things better for you, right? It will actually make things better for your opponent because now you have eliminated a few
Wait,
moves
could you
of your
repeat that
opponent's.
again? Sorry. Sorry.
So, like I said, that if you're afraid that your opponent is going to answer your move, right? Especially, let's say the pokes, like size stuff 4, right? Your opponent is blocking. So
Yeah.
instead of like not using low pokes, you can just maybe like use more mids, right? Use less lows, but make sure just don't stop using your key moves at all because when you just stop using your key moves, that is where your opponent you can say starts like dominating because now you have eliminated a few
Like
moves from your move
hesitating,
list.
basically. Like this, like when you start hesitating,
Yeah, exactly.
nothing.
So I feel like you are not using enough lows here in you can select these 4 games against Hiachi, right? In the first round, yeah, you did lows, but then you stopped using the lows. Here you did not use a lot of lows. Okay, nice, beautiful punish. I think you stopped doing this. This is like a very common flow chat.
Yeah. He started reading that after I did it after like the 8th time. This is like the 3rd set. This is like the 3rd or 4th set we played, I think.
Yeah, and he's using a lot of high and you can say low attacks.